Welcome to the Dead of Night broadcast. Tune in for your nightmares come true. Let's begin.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Josh with my good pal Louie here. Together, we make up the Dead of Night broadcast.
Yeah, what's up?
I know it's been a hot minute since we've been on here again. You know how life goes. But today we wanted to talk about a movie that just came out this year, and that movie is
Beetlejuice.
Right. We just need one more film with it said 3 times, and he'll be set loose. So going into this film, I mean, I felt like I really enjoyed the trailer. What did you think of the trailer when it first dropped? Oh, did you freeze? Oh,
yeah,
there you are.
we both froze.
But what were your thoughts when the trailer dropped?
Well, when the trailer dropped, I was really, really excited. I thought that it was going to be. I had mixed feelings. Like, I was excited, but I was also like wondering how they were going to spin the new Beetlejuice. You know, because after a movie doesn't get a sequel for like many, many years, it could really ruin it. Like Dumb and Dumber was like a really long sequel. Super Troopers was another one that the sequel was way too far. So I was a little worried that it would do this end. So yeah. I went in open-minded.
Yeah, and it was good seeing, Winona Ryder reprise her role, Catherine O'Hara reprise her role, and Michael Keaton, of course, bringing Beetlejuice back to life again. Yeah. You know, it definitely, they played to their roles exactly how they did in the original. You know, it felt like the same character. It wasn't like, you know how some people, they come back to a movie after so long and it kind of feels forced. It's not like, you don't get that genuine feeling from them that you did, but they felt like they picked right up where they left off. You know, well, obviously not because they're so much older, but they picked up in a good spot, and like you still felt like they were their characters. And I enjoyed the addition of Jenna Ortega.
I did too,
being her daughter. That was a good addition, and it had a lot of it. Went in a little bit of a different direction, but it still had a lot of the same feeling that the original Beetlejuice had. I really like the practical use of some of the effects that they did in the original. You know, they kept it very consistent. I had the opportunity. I got to watch it on a big drive-in movie screen, which was fun.
Nice.
But I mean, what did you think coming out of that film?
Well, when I agree with you. Like, I think that the 3 of them captured their roles and they played them very well, and it felt like the original Beetlejuice. It didn't feel like it skipped a beat. With the addition of Jenna Ortega, I thought it really was funny, and especially like Winona Ryder being like a nervous parent, and not knowing where her daughter is. Yeah. And I thought that she was super funny, and I thought that her job was perfect for her as the like paranormal researcher. I thought that was really cool, you know. Yeah. I really, really loved it. The only thing I didn't like is the fact that Jeffrey Jones was so present in the movie, and I really thought that was in distaste.
Yeah, it was weird how they went about it. I thought it was just gonna be like a quick, like, boom, he's gone, you know, like, and they kind of drug it out for sure.
They really did.
The other thing that bugged me was they made a big hype about this wife of Beetlejuice's ex-wife, and they didn't flush it out enough. I felt like it was very rushed.
I felt like I didn't get the entire story either.
Right, and he does go into that little bit of backstory, but like the face-off at the end, it was so quick. It just like ended like right as soon as it began. I was like, man, but she was like sucking the life out of these undead people, like it was nothing. I was expecting more of a show off, like a showdown. So that was like another thing that kind of let me down a little bit was they hyped her up as like this big main evil villain of the film, essentially, even more so than Beetlejuice being like, you know, the bad guy.
Right.
But they didn't play to that at the end. I was like, dang it, like I felt a little let down, but and like you said with the Jeffrey Jones crap, I felt like they played into that too much.
Way too much. Yeah, I was actually really surprised they did it so much. I didn't think that was going to be like, it was going to be like, yeah, you know, Mr. Dietz, he passed away, and they just kept they kept dragging it on. You know, they did like the entire like cartoon of him crashing. That was, you didn't need to do that. And then his picture was like everywhere in the house. Like you could have just like I just felt it was very distasteful to do that, because Jeffrey Jones is a piece of shit. For anybody who doesn't know, he's a fucking disgusting sex criminal that needs to be fucking shot in the face.
Yeah.
He's fucking gross.
For sure.
Yeah, that's the only downside of that film. However, I do really like the addition of Willem Dafoe's character. I thought he was so funny as like this like ex-shitty cop, like investigating like the potential murders of like ghosts. I thought that was really funny. But when it came to Beetlejuice's wife, I felt like I wasn't getting all of the story at the very end. It was just kind of like open and shut, and I was just like, huh, you know?
Yeah. That and the new guy that Jenna Ortega meets, I felt like that was very quick.
Yeah, you know, and I really liked that twist though. That was a really good twist. I didn't see that coming, you know. And then when they kind of show her going back into the house and seeing his parents and seeing his mom, she knows that she has the same gift as Lydia. But I just thought that was so, like, I didn't think it was so quick. Like, I wanted a little bit more backstory, because it would have been nicer to know more about him, like why he was so, you know. But I think that was the point. But
and just like getting it was so quick. Like he took her to the underworld, he traded her life for his, and that was like it. There was not much action to that sequence either. Like there was, it was one of those another things where it was just like over in a snap, and I was like, well, we could have played with that a little more. Like, you know,
actually, definitely. I think the same thing with Lydia's dad too, or not Lydia's dad, but Lydia's husband. Like that whole story wasn't played deep enough, and then it was kind of overplayed at the same time. You know, I mean, I didn't. They like praised him like to being this great dad, and then he's like just like eaten by piranhas, and I was just like, oh, like I wish there wasn't as much nostalgia as like I really wish that Alec Baldwin and Jenna Green or whatever her name is,
Gina Davis.
Gina Davis, that's it. There it is. I wish that they could have somehow been involved with this one, especially Gina Davis's character. That would have been fun to like explore that.
Yeah, I remember they kind of just said that they moved on, or they passed on to the afterlife.
Well,
kind of
well, because basically Alec Baldwin couldn't. They didn't even give him like a backstory or anything like that, and he's facing all these legal allegations because he shot somebody on accident. But they'll give Jeffrey Jones like a bunch of credit throughout the film. Like I just thought they had the priorities backwards.
Yeah, and that's crazy because like look what happened. That actually, you know, that's the same scenario that happened on The Crow. You know, the Brandon Lee being shot on the movie set and dying. And I mean that guy is getting work again. He was in Nope, and he's been in other stuff. Like, I mean, obviously, like, like I really think it was an accident. I don't think that Alec Baldwin, of all people, would shoot somebody on set on purpose for any reason. Like, it just doesn't. It seems very out of character. You know what I mean?
I think that Alec Baldwin is a big actor, and when it comes to safety, he may have not have followed all the safety rules that he should have followed with messing with a live gun, because he's Alec Baldwin. He's done all this shit. He's got a big head on his shoulders, so he may have ignored some safety things that led to this person being shot, because that's kind of what I think happened, but I mean, I wasn't there.
But the thing is, those guns are supposed to have blanks.
Yeah, I don't know why they had a live round. I don't get that.
That's what makes no sense, is that even if it is a real gun, most of the time they use like they use those kind of fake rounds where all it does is it's like it sets off the sound and like the flash, but there's no bullet.
Yeah.
So like, I don't understand how that happened. Like that shouldn't have even been a thing. That shouldn't have been, the bullet shouldn't have even been in the gun.
Yeah, I don't get it either. I thought that maybe it was like a Brandon Lee type of situation and the projectile broke inside the pistol. But the other thing is that I lost my train of thought. I forget. I don't know. I was gonna say something. I forgot.
So that's just our show for you. We go on different tangents and sometimes forget where we were going.
Yeah, I'm going somewhere and it derailed me.
You know what? Eventually we get where we're going. So
yeah, I'm gonna get stopped a few times though.
But I mean, I don't know what they'll do if they're gonna do like a third movie. But I mean, obviously the fact that they named it Beetlejuice, and then
Makes sense.
Have to say it 3 times. I feel like they're putting that opportunity there. Otherwise, they could have just put Beetlejuice 2 or like, something else more generic.
Give it an entirely different name,
Yeah, or something, because that's just setting it up. Because now people are like, well, I want to see a Beetlejuice. Like, he's not behind me. No.
And I think that would be fun.
Yeah. Hopefully, I didn't just summon him. I don't see him in my back seat, so we're good. But minus my quarrels, I enjoyed it. It, like I said, it played right along with like the previous film in a lot of ways. There were some things I wish could have been done better, like some things that could have been not rushed, like some things that could have been shown less, like we already said. But otherwise, it's a good addition to a potential trilogy.
Yeah.
And maybe they're going to go all out for the third one. Maybe it's like an all like balls to the wall, guns blazing kind of film. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
especially if Alec Baldwin's involved, it'll be definitely guns blazing.
Oh man, I set that up for you, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a good staple. And on a different tangent here, let's talk a little bit, because I'm on limited time, and I know you just got home from being out of town. But what's coming up for you, because we've got some big stuff coming to the end of this month.
Yes, we do. The movie drops. The Clintonville Slasher. It's almost done. Pretty excited.
Yeah. That's going to be exciting.
On Friday or Saturday. I think it's Friday.
Yep, with Ken and Ashley.
Yes, that'll be fun. That would be fun.
I'm excited. I was lucky enough to have several different parts in this film. Like, some seen, some unseen. So definitely. And some other contributions that I've made to this film, which is I'm happy to do. I'm always happy to be a part of what you got going on.
We're happy to have your help, man, because it's turning out really good. This is the best movie we've ever made, from top to bottom. Like the acting, the special, the practical effects. I think this is like some of the best characters I've ever written, and maybe the best story out of the 5 films so far. And I think that it really does. I really did. I like it. Like, I love the ending to this movie. Like, I can't believe that I was smart enough, my dumbass actually thought of this, and it's amazing. I blew myself away. I was like, wow, holy shit. And I don't know if anybody else will get excited about it, but I definitely will. We do have another movie coming out right around Christmas time. Want to talk about that one?
Oh yeah, 'tis the season. I know we haven't talked about that one in a while. It's been a hot minute.
Crimson Nightfall returns.
Yep, it's this follow-up sequel to Crimson Nightfall. Crimson Nightfall being around Halloween, and then we're coming back this time for a little, Christmas slaying.
Yes. Season. I think we're gonna outdo Terrifier 3.
Oh yeah, you think so?
Yeah. We're gonna blow that movie out of the water.
Oh yeah, Like,
That
'cause,
movie
you know,
looks crazy.
we took real people and really killed them. That's
What we would have to do to outdo that.
that's what you would have to do to be able to top Terrifier movies, because
Oh my God, dude.
they're as dang close to like actual murder as possible.
Yeah, I mean, it's as close as, and it's just like unnecessary murder. There's like killing people in a horror movie, you know, and then there's Terrifier where they just chop you to bits, and it's just a bloodbath. And like Terrifier 2, I liked it, but I didn't understand some of it. They could have cut that movie down like 40 minutes, and I still wouldn't have known what was going on. So I was a little frustrated there. So I'm hoping that they tie up some loose ends and maybe explain a few things in this next one, because there's still some of the characters are back, and I'm pretty excited. I'm here for it.
Yeah, I remember I think the main character, the female character's name is Sienna, or that might be her real name, but I don't remember the younger brother's name. I saw it. I saw Terrifier and Terrifier 2.
Yeah.
And then obviously I've seen where Art got his start in, like, I think it was either Tales of Halloween or it was another. Okay, yeah, it was like the anthology.
I've never seen it, actually.
Yeah, I saw that a long time ago, but that's where Art came from before he became like this big, you know, his own franchise.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's pure 100% mutilation when it comes to those films.
I mean, and like I know a lot of horror fans are not into that one, but I mean, I'm a gore horror. I love, like, the bloodier the better for me. Like, I love, like, if you're gonna show a horror movie and you're gonna kill people, I want the kills to be gross. Like, and this movie, like, really, if you're a gore fan, this is like right up your alley, because it is just a nightmare-fueled rage of blood and guts, and it's great. It really recaptures that 80s nostalgia of like slasher films, and just cranks it up to about 1,000. And Art the Clown is a great horror villain with actually no sounds, no dialogue, no nothing, and that's a really good method actor.
Yeah, he definitely the way he plays off being kind of playful and like happy, even when he's doing some of the stuff he's doing, it makes it that much more creepier.
Yeah, and he's got garbage bags full of like tools. He's just dragging around. That first movie was just a garbage bag full of like power tools, like hand tools, like hammers and saws and screwdrivers and shit. And just drag them around. I'm gonna go around murdering people.
Yeah, home improvement, Terrifier style.
Yeah, but I'm excited. What do you got going on?
First, so I just released an interview on Friday with Bob Heckman from Victim No More, the Friday the 13th fan film.
Yes.
Which was awesome. He was great to talk to. It looks like it's going to be very promising for part 2. It kind of dives into like, it dives into like Jason and different like people, all these different people that were victims of Jason throughout time. So you'll see like Jason from different parts of like the series.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then other killers that are also because it's like a group of people that are like survivors. So some of the other killers aren't Jason, but it's kind of like they'll all tie in. And it looks pretty good. It looks great. I really enjoyed the first one. I enjoyed that they went a different route with like the different style of like film for Friday the 13th and the different look, combining kind of part 2 and part 7 Jason together. I really enjoyed that. It's cool. He's like, I'll send you a copy of the first film on DVD. I was like,
nice.
Sick. I'm like, I didn't even expect that from you, but that's awesome.
That's rad, dude. That's super awesome.
But that was just recently, and then it's just been kind of a lot of family time lately. A lot of we've been doing a lot of fall activities, because our baby won't be a baby forever. So
it's true. They grow up way too fast.
I know. Look at your kids. They're all like sprouting up, dude.
My 17-year-old just ran by. Like, and I remember when he was 3, and now he's 17.
Right,
Like,
that's insane.
so it goes by quick. You guys stick
Heck
around.
Yeah.
What else was I gonna say? Oh, I did a review on Longlegs. Have you seen that yet?
No, I saw it. Did alert me that dropped. I haven't had a chance to sit down and watch it, but
yeah, don't watch it. That was a spoiler one. I went into a deep dive. So yeah, watch
okay.
it
So
before you watch that episode. Yeah.
okay, so it's good that I didn't hop right into that. Okay.
Well, no, and I tell you that it's a spoiler. I give a spoiler warning before I say anything, so it's not like I just jump into it.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's good. Because I haven't seen that yet. I'm a little behind on some things.
I don't want to ruin anything, and I don't want to like ruin your thoughts about it. Like walking in, because I walked into this movie completely blind, and I was surprised the way it went. I thought it was going to go a different route, but the way it went, I didn't hate it, but I was just surprised by it. Nicolas Cage as Longlegs is the most creepiest thing I have ever seen in my life. I really think that Nicolas Cage is one of the greatest horror actors of our lifetime, and he is a slept-on horror actor. And he's been doing a lot more horror, and I'm here for it, and I'm enjoying it very, very much. And
I was gonna say I really enjoyed, as much as some people didn't. I really enjoyed Willy's Wonderland. I enjoyed
one of my favorites. No dialogue, and he's awesome in it.
Right? He's just like chugging sodas, kicking ass, cleaning, and like he's just like this silent, strong, silent type. But like you know, but he's also a character like that they kind of slept on in that, because they're like, oh, he's just going to be another sacrifice, and we'll keep his cool car, you know.
Nope.
And then he comes out and he had just completely annihilated every single one of them animatronic. Yeah,
I loved it. I thought that was a great movie. I really loved Renfield. I thought Renfield was awesome. This one is like, I'm going to tell you right now that this one, the Longlegs, the character of Longlegs, is the villain, the horror villain of the 2020s. I don't care what movie you put in front of me, that he will. The grabber was top notch for me. Art the Clown grabber from Black Phone. But as soon as I was done watching this, it went out the window. This movie will change your mind or life even about how you feel about Nicolas Cage's acting. If you don't like it, or if you're like, he's all right, this will change your mind.
I've always enjoyed him. I've always enjoyed his eccentricness. And you know, seeing him in different movies, like the one that I haven't seen yet that I want to see with him in it is the color of space, or Color Out of Space.
I don't think I've heard of that.
That's based on a book, and it's like really, really good. I read the book; it was really freaking good. But I want to see the film because Nicolas Cage is like the star of that film. But like I've seen Mandy, I've seen I saw I saw that. It was kind of weird, but I saw Mom and Dad, or whatever that one. Yeah, remember that one where they like the mom and dad snap and they're trying to kill their own children the whole movie?
I don't remember.
Yeah, Nicolas Cage and the woman playing his wife in that movie like completely like flip their lid, and they're like trying to kill their own kids.
That's insane.
Yeah, that was a different and an interesting one. But yeah, I've always liked his acting. So I mean, I'm
I've
cool.
always been a Nicolas Cage fan.
I'm cool with that. I mean, but that's hard to picture, like, because Black Phone was like top tier for me. It was it was like top of the line.
Yeah, me too. It went to number 2 instantly after I saw this. Instantly. Okay. It was like in the back seat because I loved Black Phone. I've seen that movie so many times, and it's so good. And it's so the only issue I've ever had with that movie is the fact that they just kept throwing the Stephen King's like little references in Joe Hill's books. Let Joe Hill be Joe Hill. He's a great writer on his own. Don't let him step in the shadow of his dad. You don't need to do that because his writing is amazing and he makes very good movies. I was a big fan of Lock and Key and Nosferatu, and I loved Black Phone. So, dude, like, let Joe Hill be Joe Hill. Don't shadow him. Let Stephen King be Stephen King. He'll always be the king, but Joe Hill is a great writer, a great storyteller, and he's amazing. And he's just amazing in a different way. And he's still scary, but he does like a lot of like different styles of like, it's not just horror, you know, it's just a different way of approaching it. Like Lock and Key was so good. It wasn't very scary, but it was great. And so was Nosferatu. It was a totally different sort of like animal. And I loved it. Zachary Quinto killed it in that show. And I just, big fan, huge fan.
Yeah. Well, I am running out of time. Unfortunately, I'd love to just, you know how I'd love to just sit and talk horror, but you want to send us off and.
Yeah, guys, like, comment, subscribe, stay horror, tell your friends, tell your mom. I'm the Clintonville Slasher, and that guy over there, that's Nightmare in Woodsboro Lake. You can follow both of our channels. We make movies and music and talk about scary movies, and yeah, like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
All right,
brother.
Catch you guys later.
Later days.
Later days.